So I just like randomly threw my name in an intermission. I've never done anything like that, but I'm pretty excited because it was my New Year's resolution to be more badass and try different things. So yeah. I like to travel a lot, so I've definitely been flying for the past couple years often. And I just want to preface the story by saying airlines have definitely gone downhill from when I remember them. So I went to grad school in Austin, and and now I obviously live here for a job. But I was going back for a wedding this summer in July. And I bought my ticket really early because I got the invitation, and I was really stoked about my trip. And you know, everybody checks the weather before they're gonna fly, hoping it's gonna be alright. And there was supposed to be a thunderstorm that afternoon, so I was getting a little bit worried. But I got to the airport extra early, and I was supposed to land at midnight. I had a layover, of course, which is never a good sign. And I get to the airport, and my flight's pretty delayed, and I'm like, shit, I'm probably not gonna make my layover in Dulles Airport, which I didn't even know existed until I booked that flight. But where is that? Washington, right outside of Washington. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting. It's getting more pushed back, and so instead of just using the various technologies I had in my bag, I decided to reach out to the human sitting next to me. And she just had told me, here I am thinking my story sucks. I'm like, oh, I'm freaking stuck in Dulles Airport. And she had just told me that she had flown from Germany and was waiting on a layover to get to DC to meet a family that she au paired for the past 3 years. She hadn't seen them in I guess over 2 or 3 years, but she was really excited. So we kind of made friends, and the time kind of passed, you know. She gave me some awesome German chocolate. I found out that I had been to Germany once, and I had gone to Cologne, and that's where she was from. So everything was looking up, you know. I was like, all right, this is going to work. So we get on the plane, and I'm like, oh, crap. Once I get off this plane, I have 20 minutes to make my layover in Dulles to get to Austin. So I'm on the plane, I'm getting a little nervous. It's starting to rain a little bit. We land, and I look up my flight to make sure that everything's still the same. And it's your flight has been canceled to Austin. So I'm like, shit, getting bad. It's already a night flight. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I rush off the plane. I grab my carry-on, and I get to the front of that customer service line, which is hell if you're in the middle of it. And I'm the first one there. So I'm all right, things are looking up again. I'm gonna figure out what to do. They're gonna put me on another flight. They have to. I paid a lot of money for this flight. Everything's gonna work out. I get to the lady, and she's clearly already pissed off because it's probably been happening all night. And she's like, we have no other flights. We're not rescheduling this flight. So let's see what I can do. And she's searching and searching. The next best option is to send me on a 6 a.m. flight in Reagan Airport, which I also did not know existed. And they're and we're gonna give you a hotel voucher and a meal voucher and a taxi voucher, but you have to get there yourself, and the flight's at 6 a.m. and this is 10 p.m. now on a Friday night. And I'm like, well, I'm a single girl traveling alone. This kind of could be scary. So I'm trying to figure out what to do because the voucher's only good for the airport near the Dulles Airport, but I have to get to the Reagan Airport by 6 a.m. So I'm like, God, what did I do to deserve this? Why is this happening? And I'm running around with my head cut off. They gave me all these directions, and I'm I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I have nobody to ask what's going on. And I run onto this tram that they told me to get on. And I'm trying to get the door, and I enter this tram, and I see this service guy working obviously on the tram, and then this other nice gentleman sitting, and they're talking, and I obviously look like a hot mess because I don't know what's going on. And I just start talking, and I'm word vomiting all of the crap that I've been through that night. And this guy Dan is wow, I'm in the same exact predicament. I'm supposed to go to Chicago, and they told me I have to go to Reagan for a 6 a.m. flight. So in my head, I'm okay, and he's and I'm traveling for business, and my company's gonna put me up in a hotel by Reagan Airport. Would you want to just share the hotel and we could just get on the same. We both have to get to Reagan. My company's gonna cover the taxi and everything. So I'm shit. In this moment, do I trust this person? Probably can't tell my mom that I did this. Probably nobody would want their daughter doing this. But I'm this is the only way out. So I'm all right, Dan. Let's take this taxi to Reagan. And he's let's take it right now. I'll put us up in the hotel right next to the airport. So I'm just all right, I'm gonna trust this. So I get in the cab with them, and turns out we have so much in common. We're both running half marathons. We're just chatting up, and it ended up being so pleasant. And we got to the hotel, and I bought him a gin and tonic, and we just kept chatting. And he's yep. I'm and then we exchanged information. He's my name's Dan Chan, and and we just and I woke him up in the morning, and we shared a lovely breakfast, and we both got on our flights, and we still kind of text back and forth, and I guess that just reminded me of second chances, and that sometimes life throws you a lot of like shitty experiences, but you always have a second chance to turn around and make connections and turn lemons into lemonade. So